Hello and welcome. This is rooflemonger, my friends. The first day of Evo has concluded, and oh my lord, there is so much big news. Normally, you'd assume Evo every year, the big news is at the end, and I'm sure it still is. So it goes to show how crazy the news might be come Sunday, considering the big news that we have gotten today, and we're going to burn through everything because there's a lot. Not the least of which, what you're seeing right now is Under Night In-Birth 2 has been announced. Subtitled Under Night In-Birth Sis Celeste, at least that's how I'm reading it. The subtitles get pretty weird with Under Night. But yeah, so rebalance systems, rollback netcode, kind of a big deal, kind of been waiting a long time for that. Uni 2 is finally coming. It is coming in 2024, and it's been long awaited by many people. On top of the new gameplay, new systems, rollback netcode, new characters coming as well, and just basically going to be a new experience on the classic and well-beloved franchise. So definitely looking forward to it big time. There is a playable demo at the Arc System Works booth, so if you're looking for footage, I'm sure there'll be quite a bit floating around the internet. Myself, I'm going to try to play it soon and get my own personal hands on the game. But yeah, people gotta be so happy. And I'm happy for them because I think Uni is actually a really cool series. And now that it has rollback netcode, it should be less scary for people, and a lot more people will get their hands on it. So we have this. Earlier in the morning, Yasuo for Project L dropped. We do have a video for him already. I'll have that linked at the end of this video. But just one small thing I can show you. Yasuo totally has an Akuma reference color. The right colors, even his eyes glow red and everything. I couldn't show that before, but I can show that now. So it's really cool. There's a lot of neat reference colors, and I'm sure a lot more to come with various characters. So look forward to that in Project L. So we got Under Night In-Birth 2. We got Project L news. What else do we have today? So we do have Killer Instinct news. And yes, this is the 2013 Killer Instinct. It's getting an update. Yes, you heard me right. The game hasn't had an update in 5 years, and it is indeed getting an update now. So Iron Galaxy is back on the reins, and Killer Instinct is going to be getting 4K support for modern Xbox systems. That's really cool. Getting redone matchmaking and networking. That's really great. And also, the game is getting a balance patch, and like a fairly significant one by the way they're making it sound. Once again, there's been no updates in like 5 years. So a game to get a balance patch 5 years later is significant, and especially for a game as beloved as the modern Killer Instinct, I think that's actually truly fantastic. I know a lot of people have to be happy about this, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they have for us. Big update for an older game. I love it. Keep the community going, keep the community strong. And speaking of community and going strong, Pocket Bravery, a game we covered quite a while ago on this channel, an indie game that's been in development for quite some time, is finally going live, like 1.0, finally ready for release. And this is a really good and really fun game. And yes, rollback netcode, don't worry, we got it. So the game goes fully live on PC August the 31st, and also a little bit later on consoles, but it is coming to everything, just PC is launching first. And if you've never tried it, like, take a look at the game, it looks really great. Sho from Breakers and Breakers Revenge is a guest character, by the way. Great aesthetic, really fun to play, has all the fixins that you want. And also, if you want to try it before the 1.0 launch on PC, there will be a closed beta next week, and a full-on open beta everyone can try on August the 11th. Pocket Bravery's been in the oven for a very long time, so I'm very glad for it to finally have a proper launch. So once again, open beta, August 11th. Go try it for yourself. Don't take my word for it. It's really cool, and I'm glad it's finally launching. And speaking of things about to launch, so the Guilty Gear board game was announced, and I actually got to see it and play it on site, and it's actually really cool. So what you're looking at here right now is acrylic standees, and you pick your character. Like, if you want to play Zato, if you want to play Eno, you want to play Axel, they have their own standee, and they have their own deck. Just like, say, Magic the Gathering or something like that. In fact, as you can see here, here's all the decks, right? So everyone has their own cards, and everyone plays in their own unique way. They let me try my own deck out, so I tried the Gold Lewis deck, and it was pretty fun. Although, turns out, the Gold Lewis deck versus the Happy Chaos deck is about as rough a matchup as it is an actual Strive, so true to the game source material, I suppose. So yeah, if any of this sounds interesting to you, they're doing a whole Kickstarter for a big deluxe version of the game. I'll post a link to that in the video description. And if you want to play it for nearly free, they're sending out demo decks, that's Soul vs. Kai, for actual free. All you have to do is pay the shipping. and I'll post a link to that as well as some tutorials and how the game plays and all that in the video description. It's neat, it's interesting, and I'm actually very glad I tried it. It's really fun. Now, keeping up with more news, because there is even more, Grand Blue Fantasy vs. Rising has announced multiple new characters. Now, one of the new characters you're seeing right now is Nier, and admittedly, I'm not too up to date on the Grand Blue lore, but she seems like a bit of an unstable kind of character, to say the least. Very interesting. And yet another new character named Grimnir, who looks like a pretty boy knight kind of deal. GBVS Rising still slated for 2023 release, so looking forward to seeing what they got. Now, talking about small indie darling Street Fighter 6, so we now have confirmation on outfit 3s for multiple characters, and you're looking at them right now. So we have Prim and Proper Guile, Business/Fancy DJ, Sexy Pajamas Jury, I guess? And yes, it looks like Wedding Marissa is gonna be real. Now, we don't have an exact time frame on these, although I'm gonna feel that it's gonna be announced very soon, within the next few days. So this is a little of a sneak peek of some costumes that are coming our way. Also, I didn't mention in a previous video about Aki in a certain comic here at EVO. And if this may give us some insights into Aki, and actually turns out just a little bit. So I don't want to post everything, don't want to spoil the comic, but we have a look at Aki, and our first actual look at Aki, and she's a little deranged a little bit. We can actually see in the comic she's attacking with poison. So we all thought she might be related to Fang in some way, and this is a pretty good idea. Big blob of poison, and also, it's all like gooey and viscous, right? And I don't know if it's like dripping from her hands or actually melting her hands if the poison is that strong. Rashid sort of has like the Nom flashback seeing the poison and immediately thinks of Fang, who was, I guess, effectively his rival in the Street Fighter V cinematic mode, right? So he does not like this. So kind of out of the gate, I guess Rashid and Aki might be rivals. He even goes so far to mansplain to her that you shouldn't be using that poison stuff. That's no good. Don't be doing that. So while this is hardly gameplay or anything, it does give us an idea that yes, Aki will indeed be a poison-based character, and more than likely, probably a little bit like Fang. So this is everything that happened on the first day of EVO that I know about. There's probably even some more things, right? But there's a lot, and if there's this much at the start, wait till we see what's at the end, because it's probably going to be all the bigger yet. New Tekken characters, Mortal Kombat trailers, Season 3 for Guilty Gear Strive, and whatever surprises Capcom has in store for us. And I'll do my best to cover everything on the channel, so stay tuned. So, big day for EVO, and bigger days to come more than likely. And that all said, hey, that's it for today's video. So thank you very much for watching, hope this video has found you well, and go out and play some fighting games.